today. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete to open things up. So a glance here at the key inactives. There's other reasons, but this list, one of the reasons they've been struggling some this year.
And one that they won't make excuses with, but everyone knows that this is the key reason. Without these players, it's made it very difficult for them this season. They've battled, they've scrapped, but without those guys, hard to win games.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now this defense for the Eagles. Vic Fangio's thought about it and will indeed throw the... So that as it winds up, a good call by Vic Fangio. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with first and goal.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
All right, Captain. It's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodge true pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays and fire another one into the end zone.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 20 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
Oh, Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They go play action with Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Ramsey. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now Lawrence to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Tucker with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after...
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And they at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. Now after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Lawrence. And that's going to be caught Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. And he's brought down. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Looking to throw. Lowry. And that is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Dexter Lawrence just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat off. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st down, Lawrence firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy. when you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Parsons racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't full.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. David Montgomery, his 6th touchdown of the... season. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following a touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Michael Parsons, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Oh, what a move. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Eluding the pressure. Oh, Barber loses it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 30. 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return. An Eagle touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
On 1st and 10, Barber. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield. And they're going to speed things up here. To throw on 2nd down, Barber. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down, Barber flushed out right. Oh, Barber loses it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take it.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, Lawrence. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? To throw on third down. Barber. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
That was fourth and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't fourth and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play, and even better execution.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Looking to throw on second down. Barber escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Back to throw. Barber. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the gun on third down. Barber.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on fourth down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Barber. Feeling the pressure here and taking down. Sack back at the 7. It'll wind up going as a sack and a loss of 2. And now the task gets more difficult here on 3rd and goal.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. From the gun, Barber. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
There he goes right side. He's at the 50, 30, 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Bailey. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
62 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
That's complete to Moss out of the backfield.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw on second down. Barber rolling to his right. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Barber. He finds his man. Complete. It's Bailey. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Barber. Oh, Barber loses it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bailey. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Over the middle, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Looking to throw on second down. Barber caught on the slant.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. Barber.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And Washington able to get a score back.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box.
And now off to the races down the right side. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Philadelphia. David Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Eagles are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And it's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. 68 yards on the ground for him so far.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Barber, flush to his right. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
To throw on 2nd down. Barber got his man complete over the middle. That's Bailey. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 15.
The young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 43.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Operating from the gun. Barber going old reliable there to the slot. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point right down the middle.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
5 plays there on that drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Handoff comes to Montgomery. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Returnable here from the 38. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take over once again. Their own 37-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.